social media. It is after the Christmas holiday. And this is a great time to rest and relax and recover from everything that's been going on. Get ready for the new year. So don't hear me that I want you to burn yourself out. Don't think that I want you to overwhelm yourself with all this stuff to do. I want to talk about, however, in the new year, a very real reality that a lot of people deal with is how to stay consistent at building their business when they don't feel motivation. Again, this isn't totally applying to this week, but this is just in general. Something for you, some food for thought for you to think about is, listen, motivation is fleeting. And when we get motivation, it's actually generally motivation is chemicals in our brain that make us feel excited about what's to come. It motivates us to take action, but it's not sustainable because it's not sustainable for our brains to be constantly pumping itself with those motivation chemicals. And so that's why self-discipline is the only thing that is ever going to take you to where you want to be as a business owner. You're going to have days where you don't feel like doing anything. And listen, right now, the holiday season, it's a great time to not do anything. Trust me, I'm all about that. I've been playing more video games than normal, and I'm okay with that. I've been hanging out, not working more than normal, and I'm okay with that. But that's a choice that I've made, not because I lack motivation. And so what you have to do is you have to develop in yourself the ability to do what you don't want to do, even on the days when you don't want to do it, and discipline yourself to show up even when you don't feel like it. When you go into the new year, I think this is one of the biggest things that we need to learn going into the new year. And by the way, if you have Spotify, there's a great book called Discipline Equals Freedom by Jocko Willink. It's absolutely free on Spotify that you can check out. You know, when I was learning to play the piano, I had to discipline myself every single day to practice. When I was working out in the gym, I lost 100 pounds, got down to 8% body fat. That took discipline on the days when I didn't feel like it. Building this business takes discipline to show up and do these live videos, to post every single day when I don't really feel like it all the time. And so if you're somebody that's building a business and you want to have an impact, you're going to have to develop the ability to do hard things even when you don't feel motivated, even when you don't feel like it, and show up to focus, to have focused energy even on those days, even when you don't feel like doing anything at all. Listen, you're never going to feel so perfectly like, oh, I'm going to do so much every single day. You're not going to feel that motivation, that drive when you first got started. If you can remind yourself of why you got started, that's a great thing to keep you on track. Limit your distractions. This little device that you're on right now is one of the biggest things that keeps people's self-discipline off track. And by the way, I advertise on this device, and so I'm not anti-social media, but what comes in goes out. Are you bringing in stuff that helps keep you on track for your goals, or are you distracting yourself from the things that you need to do because you just don't feel like it? Are you being subject to your feelings every single day? Oh, I just don't feel motivated enough to build my business. Or are you developing the muscle of self-discipline and focus to build your business on the days when you'd rather be doing something else? And again, I'm going to repeat it again because not everybody came on at the beginning. This is the holiday season. Have fun. Take some time off. Do nothing. It's great. Give yourself strategic times to rest, to do nothing. I'm all about rest. I am very anti-burnout if you listen to my content. I don't want you to burn yourself out. Discipline prevents burnout because you don't feel like, oh, I have all this stuff that I need to do, and you're spinning in circles. You're never going to feel motivated enough to stay consistent towards your goals. It's not humanly possible. So knowing that when you lack motivation, that's normal, that's what everybody experiences. Every single millionaire out there experiences not being motivated to do what they need to do, okay? And so you're not going to be motivated every single day. That's where self-discipline comes in, to discipline yourself to do what you need to do, even when you don't feel like it, even when you're not motivated, to grow that muscle, to do what you know that you must, even when it doesn't feel the best. And this is what separates most people who never reach their dreams and their goals from those who do go far. Because they're willing to show up when everybody else isn't. They're willing to do whatever it takes to reach their goals. They're willing to sacrifice things. They're willing to say no to the good stuff in their life to get the great stuff that they want. Are you willing to do that? Are you willing to discipline yourself to reach your goals as a business owner? What are you willing to sacrifice and say no to? My friends, this is what creates results in business. You can either fight it or realize that this is the reality. What are we going to do going into the new year to develop more self-discipline? I did a podcast episode today that I just released called A New Year of Self-Discipline and Focus. And I think it's really going to help you. You check it out at the Grow Your Life podcast. I believe that this is something that taking imperfect action, disciplining yourself to do things when you don't feel like it, my friends, that is what produces financial success. Too often we are letting our feelings stop us from doing what we know that we must in our business. And listen, I say this as somebody that struggled with this like crazy. What I'm sharing with you right now is something that I struggled with like crazy. And what helped me with it was, I got help for why I was distracted. I worked through my issues and the things that were keeping me from staying consistent every single day. And then exercise that muscle of getting up when I don't feel like it, doing things that are hard even when I don't feel like it, having tough conversations when I don't feel like it, saying no even when it might offend somebody, saying yes to what I know that I need to, and changing my decisions in my life. You have to decide to live this way. It doesn't happen by accident. It doesn't happen by just sitting there and hoping. You can't hope or manifest discipline by sitting around. It's an intentional choice to do what you know that you need to, even when it doesn't feel motivating for you. And that's what's going to take you so much further as a business owner. To build your funnels, to launch your ads, to get more sales. How do you get sales to 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 a month in a business? By self-discipline. By doing what needs to be done when most people won't. That's what happens. That's what builds businesses. Is by taking risks even when you don't feel like it, even when you're afraid to, and not letting your fear stop you. When you start to keep the promises that you make to yourself, when you start to stick to your commitments and do the things that you know that you must do every single day, you'll develop confidence and self-belief that you can do anything that you set your mind to. Because then that becomes your track record. But this doesn't happen by accident. It happens on purpose, and it happens by doing something differently than how you have lived your whole life up to this moment in time. Who's ready to start stepping into 2022 with more self-discipline? I am, and I hope you will be as well. And it's going to be fun, and it's going to be exciting. That's the thing, is like, we look at, oh, it's this boring thing that we do. No, it's actually exciting because we can get a whole lot more done. We can get a lot more accomplished. And we're not struggling in the process to get there. All right, my friends? We'll talk soon.